Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you along with me as we upcycle a Space Jam shirt that I thrifted last week. Or maybe it was a couple weeks ago, but that doesn't matter. We are going to be turning it into a short romper. If you are wanting to go ahead and do something like this, you don't have to do a short romper. You can do basically anything that you want. Head over to Google, type in some different patterns that you can purchase, and you can basically do this with anything as long as the pattern fits the shirt. I do use a little bit of extra fabric that I have in stock, but you guys will see how I do that in the video. Anyways, if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you so much guys for the support this far. Anyways, let's get started. For this project, we're going to need our shirt that we're thrifting. You also need a little bit of extra fabric for the inside pieces. So we're gonna use this green striped. It kind of matches with it and you can barely see it anyways. So I just tried to match something that I have from my stockpile. And then you're gonna need your pattern pieces. So for this one, we just have 3 different pattern pieces. And then you're going to need a rotary cutter, sorry. So we're gonna start by cutting the shirt up at the seams and then we'll go from there. So now we have 4 pieces of our shirt. So we've got the back, the front, and 2 sleeves. I generally try, if I can, to make the like thigh cuffs out of the sleeves, but occasionally they are not big enough. So we will just see once we get there. But we're gonna go ahead first and use our pattern pieces to cut out the front and then cut out the back. We do have just enough to do the cuffs with the sleeves, so we're going to go ahead and cut 2 cuffs out of the sleeves. We now have 4 pieces. We've got the cuffs, we've got the back piece, and we've got the front piece. So we do need to cut out of that separate fabric that I was talking about earlier. We need to cut the same size as this, but you end about here. So it's just gonna leave like a clean seam line for the romper. So we're gonna go ahead and cut one for the front, and then we're gonna cut one for the back as well out of this fabric that I showed earlier. All the pattern pieces are now cut, so we are going to lay both of our pieces out with the fronts up. Got the back piece. We're gonna grab those inside pieces that I was talking about. And you're gonna put the fronts of the inside pieces facing down. Now we're gonna go to the sewing machine and you're gonna cut all, or sorry, you're gonna sew all around both of those pieces just until where this fabric ends here. Both of the solids are now sewed on to the pieces, so we're gonna go ahead and flip these inside out like this. So now you have a nice seam piece, no raw edges. So you're gonna go ahead and do that to the other piece as well. Both pieces are now flipped the right side out. So you're gonna take both pieces. The fronts are going to be facing in. You're gonna line up from under that armpit all the way down to the leg. And then once you've got that sorted, we are going to be sewing from the armpit down to the leg on both sides. And then we are going to be sewing this kind of like crotch area as well. Your piece will now look like this. It is still inside out. We will flip it right side out once we are done this next part. So you're gonna take your two cuff pieces and we're gonna go ahead and put the right sides facing in for both of those pieces, and then we are going to sew down here. We are almost done the sewing part of our romper, so I have flipped it right side out now. I just want to mention as well, I do still have the thread here, which I will cut off, but I normally like to grab my sewing machine at the end. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you guys because I normally do it in bulk, but I just grab my sewing machine and I do a back and forth stitch here, which is under the armpit. It is not necessary, it's just something that I like to do just to reinforce that area so that after a lot of wear, there's no seam ripping or anything like that. But next we are gonna go ahead and add the cuff pieces onto our leg parts here. So those cuff pieces where we have sewn down here, you're going to put the sewn part inside each other and just flip it in half. Just like this. So you'll have a piece that looks like this, and we're going to sew that onto the leg piece. So what you're going to do is grab your leg piece here and match up your seams. Now you want to match up the raw edge with the raw edge. So just like this, we've got our seams matched up and we've got the raw edges matched up. So you're gonna go ahead to your serger or sewing machine. You can do this with a sewing machine, just use a stretch stitch when you're using stretchy fabric. So we've got it like this, and we're just gonna sew all the way around that piece. So you're gonna go ahead and do that with both cuffs, and then we're done the sewing part of our project. This is our finished product. We've got everything sewing wise done. So now we need to go ahead and add some snaps. So I do 2 on this side and 2 on this side, and that way they can adjust it as their child grows, making it you know, long lasting. So these are the buttons that I use. I just order them off of Amazon. If you want to get the exact same buttons, you can head to my Instagram page, and my Amazon storefront is linked in my bio. You're also gonna need one of these tools. I also got this one on Amazon. I'm not sure if it's on my Amazon storefront, but I will try to add it for you. It is getting old and squeaky, so I need to invest in a new one, but they are not very much money. So we're just gonna go ahead and attach our buttons onto the pieces. There are 3 different buttons. So we have this one, which we use for all of them. It is just a kind of spiky part there. And then we have this one, which is what I call the innie button. So the innie button goes on the front, and then we have the outie buttons, which go on the back pieces so that they can snap together. So these ones have those little outie pieces. So we'll go ahead and add those on. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are going to be making something or you have something you'd like to upcycle, go ahead and tag me in those videos and pictures. I love seeing what you guys are up to. I also love seeing all the different clothing items that people thrift. It's so cool to see all the vintage finds as well. That's what I love to find, the Space Jam, the old Nike, anything just cool and unique. So definitely go ahead, tag me in those photos and videos. My Instagram is @McQueenCreations. Another tip for thrifting, just make sure when you get your clothing items home before you plan to do an upcycle, just make sure you're washing them. I don't know if any of the thrift stores do wash clothing items before selling them, but I just like to be sure and give everything a quick wash before I start making. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much, guys, for the support this far. I'm really excited to continue making videos for you, and we will see you soon. Bye.